Hello and welcome to Justin Talks Villa. This is my smug face. Aston Villa 1, Manchester City 0. This is the warm down. What a strange sport we follow. A Aston Villa after a disappointing midweek performance against go-ahead Eagles, losing 2-1 in the Europa League. Return to action today against Manchester City, second in the league, and we have beaten them for I believe the third time in a row at home, and it was a wonderful performance by everybody. The whole team stood up today and was magnificent. Special mentions, and we'll get into most of them as we get through this, but special mentions, excuse me, Matty Cash, obviously. I said this after a couple of 3 games this season. He was having a good start to the season. He has gone on and he is now having a brilliant season. Brilliant season. What a goal that is today. And we'll look at the goal in a minute because I got some footage of it in the game. Amazing footage. But I'll talk about that in a bit. So, team news. It was pretty much what I thought in the preview. The only difference to what I ended up on was I had Gasson starting with McGinn in the 10, and it was Buendia starting with McGinn on the right. But I did say, Buendia could easily start, which he did. Everyone else I pretty much nailed. The interesting one as well for me was Onana. Obviously, stop-start to the season, injury problems, went away on international duty, played, and has come back and been brilliant. Really good and excellent again today. Really good. And I really like, and I really always want to see, if I'm brutally honest, Pau Torres. Not because I don't rate Tyrone Mings, but I think we're a better team when Pau Torres is playing and is pretty close to his best. That's not to say Tyrone Mings, there isn't a place for him in this team. There absolutely is. And there will be times where we will 100% rely on him. And he has never let us down. And he will not let us down going forward. But Pau Torres is integral to how Aston Villa want to play. He's integral to how we set up. He's integral to how we play it from the back. The way that Martinez always rolls the ball to him or Konsa. The partnership between Konsa and Torres is brilliant. Brilliant. I've been on record of saying, in my opinion, Ezri Konsa is the best central defender in the Premier League, and I am not changing my mind about that. He is the best central defender in the Premier League. No question for me. That back four is our first choice back four. Cash, Konsa, Torres, Dean. Great to see Luca Dean fit. Once again, another great performance from him. Double pivot. So important to have Onana in there today. The manager spoke about this in the press conference when he was asked about Haaland's inability to score against Villa in recent games. And he said, we've just got to make sure we win our duels with him. And boy, did we win our duels with him. We'll have a look at his statistics in a minute. They are incredible, Haaland's today. Incredible what we managed to do to him. But it was important that Onana was there to shield the back four, to help out the physicality of Haaland. And I think there was one specific instance in the first half where Haaland shielded the ball, brought it down, and Onana, who is pretty much light for light with his physicality and his size, height, muscled Haaland off the ball, which is not an easy thing to do. And bearing in mind, he's only 24 years of age, Onana. So I think, again, I wrote a little article about him saying, is he the next scapegoat? one or two people having a little bit of a pop at his money, how much we paid for him. Have we got value for money? I think we will. I think we will get value for money off Onana throughout his Villa career. It's early days. He has had a stop-start few months with Villa, but him and Kamara in that double pivot, they offer us everything. And let's not forget, we've got Yuri Tielemans to come back into this team as well. But what Onana brings us is that height, that physical aspect. He can drive forward with the ball, which he did well again today. And we saw that towards the end of last season when he added that back into his game, where he could not only break play up, not only was his distribution very good, but also he could drive forward and make things happen in the final third, which is incredibly important for any midfielder. So him and Kamara, we all know how good Kamara is, and we don't talk about Kamara that much these days because we just almost expect him to be brilliant every game. And once again today, pretty faultless, did everything he needed to do. I thought the three in behind Ollie were really good. Rodgers, again, at times was really doing a lot of good work again. You can see him slowly coming back to his best. At times when he was driving forward with the ball, taking people on, driving, brilliant, really, really good, trying to make things happen. John McGinn, right-hand side, fantastic again. The driving force, the heartbeat of this Aston Villa team, the soul of this Aston Villa team, John McGinn is. And Buendia absolutely deserved his start today. Only disappointing aspect of the game today was Buendia's injury. And because of where I sit, this footage of Emmy coming down the tunnel. Let's start it again because that didn't come across very good. So I managed to get this footage of him and he came off. And if you can see his right foot there, he's not putting much pressure on it. His boot's off. So I'm not sure what it is, but he's not happy. And I did notice grimacing away there, poor old Emmy, because he's had such a great start to the season. It's going to be such a shame if he's injured for a little spell. But I did notice after about 10 or 15, well, about 10 minutes or so, he did sort of lie down for a minute and he was sort of really gingerly walking. He tried to carry on, but he couldn't. So hopefully by carrying on, he hasn't made that injury worse. But as you can see, he definitely doesn't look happy, does he? He's not putting a lot of weight on that right heel. So let's just hope he's okay. Really do hope he's okay because he's been a real asset to us this season. So we'll have a quick look at my goal footage, shall we? I'll just let it play, I think. Love this goal for Matty Cash. Absolutely brilliant. What a brilliant goal. Come on! Absolutely loving it. We will have a little bit of a dissect of this goal in a minute, but let's just play it one. Absolutely love it. Love it. What a goal. I mean, that's just a goal worthy of winning any match of football, isn't it? So come on, let's have a look at some of the statistics of the game now. Enough of me waffling on. Try and tell you a few of the bits and bobs I've picked up on with this. I'll be doing my analysis later, picking my ratings. I mean, sometimes they get this pretty wrong on here, if I'm honest. But I think they're pretty close today to where I would be. Matty Cash. I'm actually going to do something on analysis, actually. I'm going to do something I've never done before. And I'm going to give a joint man of the match. There you go. A joint man of the match. I think Cash and Onana for me today were joint men of the match. I think that's fair. Conte got a 7.5, Torres 7.6, Dean 7.5. Buendia lower marking, obviously, because of his
his injury. Rogers, I agree, had a really good game. Emmy did everything he needed to do really well, came for the ball a lot today, was really demanding at the back. I thought he was back to his best, and it is, once again, when the captain went off, the armband went to Ezri Konsa. Now, I don't know whether there's been discussions behind the scenes as to, in that sort of senior leadership group, who will take the armband on, but Martinez seems to have taken a step back from receiving the captain's armband. Maybe he doesn't feel, after what happened in the summer, he should be taking it, which I've got no problem with him taking the captain's armband, to be fair. As for City, I thought they were decent enough in the first half. One thing I did pick up on, actually, was in the first, I think it was 5 minutes, when they kicked off, to be honest, we were hunting them down, absolutely hunting them down. So I wrote some notes on my phone about it, so I'm just having a quick look. We hunted them down, aggressive, high press in the first 10 minutes. And I think that set the tone for us going forward in that first half, especially because I think that was important to make sure we were getting in their faces, not letting them dwell on the ball a lot. Although they did have a lot of possession, which they always do, don't they? It was quite quiet as well. Anybody else feel that in the first 10, 15 minutes of the game? It was quite a quiet atmosphere, whether everyone was a bit apprehensive about what potentially could happen this afternoon against such a good side. But yeah, this is the momentum bar, which I love. And again, I think it's pretty much highlights where we were at. City started pretty well. We gained a little bit back of momentum here. Then City had a little wobble. Then we just basically scored the goal. Fantastic. They came back into it. It was very, very hit up and down. But I think overall we had the best of the first half with some really good performances and really good play. Huge one and the second half as well, especially, was the Pau Torres clearance off the line. I think 2 shots came in. The second one looked to be going in from where I was. I haven't watched it back again yet, but it definitely looked like it was going in. So Pau Torres, brilliant block on the line. And let's look at some statistics. One of the ones, this is a good one. Anana. So this is Anana's statistics from the game today. Let's bring him across here. A 98% pass accuracy. Absolutely wonderful. Only misplaced 1 pass out of 43. 18 out of 19 in the half as well. Tackles, 3 out of 2. He won 6 out of 7 ground duels. Surprisingly, only didn't win any of his aerial duels. But I think he was up against Haaland, who's absolutely excellent in the air. 57 touches in the game. Again, passes was excellent. But this is another very interesting one here. Let me just bring it up. Let's take his off. Now, this is Erling Haaland. Played the full 90. And if we get his statistics up, if I can do that. Why isn't this working? I love technology. Right, let's look at his... Why isn't his stats there? Right, let's sort this out, get his stats up. Right, I'll find them. So this is the one that I found very, very interesting. Erling Haaland had 17 touches in the whole game. 17 touches. We restricted him to next to nothing in that game. His shooting, I mean, he managed 3 of his touches were 3 shots on target, so you can see why he's so prolific. Because even with the minimal chances he gets, I think one was a header. I think 2 headers actually that were pretty comfortably saved by Emi Martinez. But yeah, 17 touches for Haaland in the whole 90 minutes. It's absolutely insane, that is. I think we've done fantastically well to keep him so quiet. And we seem to have a bit of a hoodoo over him at the moment. He can't seem to get anything from us. Cash, excellence. I thought he saw off Savinho really, really well. Savinho had a decent first 10, but after that, it was Sancho. It was Cash's game, and then they brought Doku on, and I think he dealt with Doku really, really well as well. Let's look at the average positions of the game. This is Villa's here, so we can see that Matty Cash was sort of playing a little bit deeper today, with Konsa playing here Pau Torres here, Anana, Kamara here, Kamara all over the pitch. I mean, that just shows Anana's, range here in both penalty boxes, obviously dominating ours. Really good here on the sort of attacking left-hand side of the double pivot. Rodgers all over the pitch again, and really good to see that. It's really good to see Rodgers, running right all over the pitch. McGinn pretty much solid down the right-hand side. Luca Dean did a lot of good work down the left-hand side today. That's obviously Buendia who came off. And Ollie Watkins, again, no goal today again for him. A few people on here having a little bit of a moan, but did a lot of good work, held the ball up really well at times, battled really, really a lot for the ball. And when you're 1-0, you're winning 1-0, you need your centre forward to be really on it and trying to sort of make sure he does all the donkey work up front. So I thought he did really, really well there, to be fair. Okay, right. This is an interesting one now. I'm going to have a dissection of the Villa goal because I have recorded it myself. So let's bring it up. It's there. It might need to be reset again, but I'll just bring it up on here. So basically, I sit in the Trinity Road stand on the left, right in the left-hand side, the middle section, just next to the north stand. So sometimes when we get corners, I often just get my phone out, hold it down here, and I think, never know, if something comes of this, it'd be good to get some footage. And just as we got this corner, I thought, you know what, I'm going to try and see if something will come off this. And I just about got my phone out in time to get this footage. So here we go. I've got it slow. I'm going to slow it down. Let's take it all the way down to this. So literally, we've just taken the corner. I'll turn the sound off because that's really dodgy. So we've just taken the corner. Emi Buendia, as you can see here. Let's bring it back a little bit. So where do we go? Yes, so he's just got the ball. So Emi Buendia. Now this is definitely a pre-thought through. We all know that anyway because we've got a really good set piece coach, haven't we? So what's important here, I think, is these players here. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And what's important is all 5 of those players keep everybody occupied in the box. Now, Cash is pretty much back right-hand side of the penalty area. I mean, I haven't got it any earlier than that. That's the earliest I can get back to because I couldn't get my phone out in time. And he is obviously the target here. And you see these corners quite a lot, to be honest, where everybody's in the box. So everybody's anticipating the ball into the box. Obviously, you can take a short corner. But you see a lot of this time where players are, the ball is driven into the edge of the box and somebody's running onto it either straight on from the middle of the pitch or, as in this instance, Matty Cash coming across the box looking to maybe strike it with his left foot, which is unusual because he's right-footed. So he'd have to almost run past it to come onto it with his right foot. So there he is, right on the edge of the box. So let's take all these off. So we'll run it on a little bit faster. So Emi Buendia, he knows what he wants to do. He's looking. Now, at this point, Matty Cash has slightly pulled out. And Buendia is going to want to now feed the ball across the penalty box like this. And Cash has moved. He actually started over here. So I don't think they thought he was going to be a threat. You've got Morgan Rodgers, who's moved away from Haaland here as well. Nobody's picking him up. So he could have just whipped the ball into Rodgers here. You've got this player here who is just keeping his eye on the edge of the box here as well. So he's making sure there's no movement. So he's having to scan sort of over his shoulder here to make sure there's nothing happening behind him. Now it's all down to can Buendia find Matty Cash here. Nobody in the box. I mean, there's a possibility here. I think this is. Can't really see who that is, to be honest. But he really should be more alert and then going out to Matty Cash. So, can Emi Buendia find Matty Cash? So here we go. Takes one touch. Right, Rogers is now in absolute acres of space here. And you can sort of see he's making a move. He now is thinking, should I be now aggressively going towards Rogers? But he doesn't. And then Emi Buendia just feeds it really nicely, bends it round to Matty Cash. Rogers just misses out. And I mean, I've only just thought of this. Was he going for Rogers or was he going for Cash? That's made me think. Now I've slowed it right down. Was he trying to feed that in to Rogers? I don't think he was, you know. No, he's hit that too hard. He's definitely gone for Cash. But then Cash has to change his angle and he comes forward. Now, this is what makes this goal so good. If you think about it. Now, Cash has had to take the touch. The player here, I'm sure that's Silva, isn't it? It's Bernardo Silva, I think. So, Matty Cash, take them off. Matty Cash now has to take a touch inside because he's being closed down. And now, I mean, I'm going to be honest. How on earth has he scored? I've only seen it from this angle. I haven't seen the goal from any other angles yet. How on earth has he scored from there? It's only when you stop the play and you stop this. Let's not forget, Matty Cash is right-footed and he's facing away from goal. And he has literally smashed it through a ruck of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 players. And Donnarumma doesn't even move. He just watches it, as we'll see now. Let's take that off first. Bring it a bit bigger so you can all see. A bit better. I'll need to be able to click that. That is, I mean, we all saw the pass last week from Matty Cash, and everybody's waxing lyrical about that pass. But the technique, again, from Cash today to do this from a pretty much standing start, he's took a touch inside and he's absolutely leathered it past Donnarumma, who literally doesn't move, and it hits, I think I said this last week, hits the side netting. No keeper saving that. Absolutely no keeper saving that. So let's play it back at full pay, at full speed, and enjoy it. Absolutely brilliant goal. It is. It is just a stunning strike, and he is loving it. He's got Matty Cash, take a bow, my son. Take a bow. Banana loving it. Everybody loving it. Cash, I think, is pointing to his family now. The Polish Cafu. Absolutely bloody brilliant. Love it, love it, love it. I asked a couple of people, I asked on social media if anybody had anything to say about the game. I've had a couple of messages. This was the first one off Ange.
Hello, Justin. I am as happy as a pig in poop right now. I was out for a family meal today, so it meant I was cheekily listening to the Villa on Villa TV commentary on my phone through the meal, and managed to get the last 35 minutes of the game. And for me, Konza and Onana were sublime today. What a win. What an absolute brilliant third time at home beating City. City. Come on, the Villa.
Come on, the Villa. Thanks, Ange, for that. Anybody else would like to send in voice notes? They can anytime they want. The number is here if you want to call in. Monday night, I'm back for the phone-in. Should be a really good one. We can discuss Go Ahead Eagles, obviously, because that's happened this week, and we can discuss this wonderful win tonight. We'll have a quick look at the league table, see where we are. Shall we? We need to take this one off. Don't forget, if you are new around here, please like and subscribe to the channel and get involved in the comments section below. It would be marvellous if you would like to do that. So this is the league table. Tottenham, I think, have just won, have they? Because I'm recording this. And they were 1-0 up against Everton, so it might be a good idea for me to check before I came on air about that result. And it is finished 3-0 to Spurs. Very interesting. So that's it. That's the up-to-date league table after the Sunday fixtures. Arsenal still in pole position now with a 4-point gap over everybody. Bournemouth, fantastic seasons continue. They are now in second. Spurs up to third on 17 with Sunderland, who were also having a magnificent season. City's loss today means they dropped into fifth. United sixth. Liverpool seventh, and Villa, after having 2 points from the first 4 games of the season, let's not forget that, in the next 5 have taken 13 points and now pushed up to 8th position. We are 1 game away from the magic 10 games, and we can start having a really good look at where we're going to be, which is Liverpool next week. I don't know why that's suddenly... I touched it. Yes, so Liverpool next week, and you can see the significance of that game. So we are now only 3 points off second place. What a magnificent, magnificent achievement. Spurs away last week. Man City at home this week. 2 really tough games after, a really hard start to the season. But we are absolutely flying and I love it. So I'm going to leave today with the final word to my mate TK, who sent me this at the final whistle. Don't forget to like, subscribe. See you tomorrow night on the Monday night phone-in. Love you all. Up the Villa.
Come on! Up the fucking Villa!